Welcome back to Cleared for Somewhere. After fueling up in Amarillo, we climb out westbound towards Arizona, chasing red rock, desert air, and one of the most iconic approaches in general aviation. Next stop, Sedona. As you can see, we were surrounded by super high terrain the whole entire flight over to Sedona, so I decided to go up to about 12,000 feet, and we followed a highway through the mountains. Just in case of any engine failure or emergency, there would be a place to land at all times. It's probably the safest way to do it. Those mountains you're seeing off in the distance, that's actually the 17,000 foot mountains over in Colorado. Currently we're flying over New Mexico, so it's pretty crazy you're able to see those from our vantage point. As you can see, the dogs are not super used to flying. This is only Loa's second time flying, and she's going all the way across the country. So props off to her. I think she did a pretty good job. The Sedona approach is one of the most scenic in the US. This airport sits on top of a mesa. It feels like you're landing on an aircraft carrier in the desert. I actually didn't even see the airport at first because the way we came over some really tall, I guess, mesas, and it was way down at the bottom. Very cool. The whole city sits around the airport. Turning base here feels like you're dropping into a canyon. It was the coolest airport I've ever landed at. Makes me want to go back every day, only if it wasn't 8 hours away. Sedona's elevation is almost 5,000 feet. High density altitude here. You really don't want to mess around with that on final, so I kept the speed up. This leg from Amarillo over to Sedona is a great example of how helpful ForeFlight is in remote terrain. I upgraded to a ForeFlight Performance Plus. It came in handy, showing me where all the terrain's at. Obviously, I don't have any fancy screens on board the Mooney, so this really was helpful during this process. After the stress of landing kind of wore off, I was able to really enjoy the scenery and realize how beautiful Sedona is, especially at sunset. So after this, we put the plane up, headed back to the hotel, gearing up for our next day in Sedona, where we're going to have another adventure. Oh, you thought it was going to be a flying adventure? Nope, it was a hike up to Devil's Bridge. The trail winds through some seriously scenic terrain, red rocks, pine trees, and dusty switchbacks. We even saw some cacti, or cactus. Is it cacti or cactus? It's not a super hard hike, but the last 10 minutes gets steep and rocky. With the dogs along with us, it was a little rough, but we were able to manage and make it to Devil's Bridge. The bridge is about 54 feet long and 5 feet wide at its narrowest point. Wide enough to cross, but not without second thoughts. After the hike, we headed back up to the airport. Sedona is famous for its vortexes, spots where people believe the Earth's energy spirals up and down, creating a powerful, almost magnetic feeling. Some say it's healing, others come just to experience the vibe. Whether you believe in the energy or not, it definitely adds to Sedona's magic.
We are at the airport in Sedona, going to one of the vortexes. We're going to see if we feel all the energies.
We're going to see if Hannah starts to float. See if she can lift off the ground.
Hoping that this vortex can help me figure out my life.
Hopefully we don't see a skinwalker.
What are you talking about? Update, we are no longer going to the vortex.
$3 to park.
It was $3 to park.
Sounds like a tourist trap.
And all it was this view. Let me see if I can flip it for you. It was this view right here.
Shouldn't have shaved to look like a 12-year-old.
We can see the view without paying $3. Down the mountain we go. Do you like that? We have two little doggies in the back. So go down the mountain. Whoa, whoa, we're going into first gear. So we don't burn up our brakes, right? We don't even need our brakes. We're walking into Tlaquepaque. I don't know how to say it.
This place is called Tlaquepaque. Yeah, I had to Google how to say it too. Obviously, Hannah didn't really know how either. It's one of Sedona's most iconic spots, designed to look like a traditional Mexican village, but right here in the Red Rock Desert. Cobblestone walkways, adobe walls, live music, and a ridiculous number of art galleries. There's something calming about this place. Everyone seems super nice. Maybe it's the fountains or the vines growing up every wall, or just the shade after a hot hike. It's touristy, but in the best way. Slow-paced, super photogenic, and a little bit weird, as you can see here. Kona didn't really like that. Next, we went on over to the pet store right there in Tlaquepaque. Loa put on a little fashion show for us, and that was the end of the night. The next morning, we hit the road and drove north from Sedona to the Grand Canyon. It's about a 2-hour drive, but the scenery changes fast from red rocks to high desert to alpine forest. What a beautiful drive this was. No matter how many photos you've seen, nothing really prepares you for the scale of this place. It's 277 miles long, up to 18 miles wide, and over a mile deep. And yeah, it feels every bit that big. We came in through the South Rim, the most accessible and popular side. Even with the crowds, it's worth every second. After the Grand Canyon, we headed on back down to Sedona. On our way back, we really wanted to let the dogs get out and run. They were in the car pretty much all day, so we found this nice little dog park where they were able to explore around. The only thing I didn't really like about the dog park was there were cactus everywhere inside of the dog park, which I find kind of crazy. And just like that, our time in Sedona has come to an end. What a spectacular place. But the next place we're going may just be as good. I've never been there, so we'll have to find out on our next adventure. Stay tuned and watch out for the next episode coming soon.